Okay, hi. So, I'm just going to be doing my predictions for the NBA playoffs this season. So, I'll start with the play-in tournaments that are happening tomorrow and the next day. So, the ones happening tomorrow, I think, are the 7 and 8 games, both of them. Or it's either both of them. I'll just start with 7 and 8 ones. So, I'll start with the Eastern Conference. So, the Heat, I think, will pretty easily win. The Hawks just lost to the Sixers bench and G League team, so they should be eliminated just for that, to be honest. But yeah, I think Jimmy will clamp up Trey like he did last year in the playoffs when they played in the first round series. So I have the Heat winning that game and advancing to move and play the Celtics. And then I'll stick with the Eastern Conference. And I think that game could go either way. I think either of them are just going to lose to... Actually, no, the Hawks are bad. So I think the Raptors will win, though, because the Bulls aren't that good. But I feel like either of those teams might... it's a toss-up between the Hawks, Raptors, and Bulls, in my opinion. But I'll say the Raptors win. And then I'll also say the Raptors will beat... Actually, no. Yeah, I'll say the Raptors will beat the Hawks and make the playoffs. Because the Raptors aren't, that bad. But, they have been bad this year. And Nick Nurse is annoying, though. So I'll just have the Raptors winning. They'll get first round anyway. So and then with the Western Conference playing, I think the Lakers will pretty easily beat the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves Gobert got suspended, and Jaden McDaniels broke his hand punching a wall at halftime or something. So they're all beat up, and there's a lot of toxicity. And the Lakers have actually been playing good recently, so I think the Lakers will pretty easily win. And then Pelicans versus OKC. I mean, Shea has been very good this season. Zion's not playing, but the Pelicans have been very good at home. I think either team could win, but I do think that the Pelicans are going to win the game. And then Pelicans versus Timberwolves. I think, I'm pretty sure Gobert will be able to play that game, but Gobert's bad anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I think, yesterday, what's his name? Anthony Edwards carried the Timberwolves to the win, while Gobert got kicked out. And if he goes, I can see him going off and willing the team to win, but I think that the Pelicans just have more depth, and I think they'll win. Okay, and then so I'll go back to the Eastern Conference. I'll just go down. So Bucks versus Raptors. I think the Bucks will pretty easily win, obviously, because they're a good team, and I'm pretty sure they're not very injured. I can't think of any injuries they have right now. So yeah, I think the Bucks will pretty easily win. The Raptors aren't horrible. They'll probably get a game, maybe, but the Bucks will pretty easily win, as they should, because they're the first seed. So, and then 4 versus 5, Cavs versus Knicks. I think the Cavs can be a dark horse championship contender. I think they have a chance to knock off the Bucks. Probably not happening, but it definitely could. But yeah, the Cavs are going to win that series probably in 6. And okay, Celtics versus Heat. I think the Heat could win, or at least push the series to 6 or 7. But the Celtics are really good, and I'm not sure if they're getting Robert Williams back, but I'm pretty sure they are, and I'm also pretty sure they're getting Jaylen Brown back. So, and Jaylen Brown's obviously an all-star. He's really good. He could have been an all-star starter this year, but he wasn't. But he's definitely worthy of that. So I just think the Celtics will probably still end up winning, but I do think I'm happy the Sixers didn't play the Heat, because Jimmy is really good in the playoffs. So I think the Celtics will end up winning probably still in 6 or 7, but I think the Heat will give them a run for their money, probably 6. So I'll go Celtics in 6. And then the Sixers got a really good matchup for them, or for anyone. The Nets are just bad. They got lucky. I'm happy because I'm a Sixers fan. So I think the Sixers will easily win the series, probably 4 or 5. I think they'll sweep them, to be honest. So I'll have Sixers in 4 there. Now I'll go over to the Western Conference. Nuggets versus Pelicans. And I have, obviously, not obviously, but I'll have the Nuggets winning in 5, maybe 6. Nuggets are pretty good, but, like, Jokic, like, defensively, that could hurt them playoff time because it's, like, a different game in the playoffs where teams play, like, harder on defense and, like, obviously they try harder and stuff. So, like, I feel like they might, like the Warriors did last season in the playoffs, they, like, really took advantage of Jokic bad defending. But I do think they'll still easily win because Zion's not going to be playing, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, they should win that in probably 5, maybe 6. So, Nuggets win that. And then Suns, Clippers. Paul George isn't going to be playing for most of the series or all of it. So, but Kawhi could. Kawhi's also very good in the playoffs. So, like, it'll probably be like Suns in 6. Because, like, there's the spacing and stuff for the Suns have been very good since that. Like, they have like 4, or like 3 all-star players and then like a borderline all-star in Ayton. So, like, they're good if they're healthy. So if KD can stay healthy, I think they can make a deep playoff run. So I have Suns winning in probably like 6. And then Lakers, Grizzlies. I mean, like, Steven Adams got hurt, but, like, I don't know. But Lakers haven't been playing very good recently, so this is probably going to be a one that people are going to pick to be kind of an upset, but, it's like a LeBron, so it's not really an upset. But, like, a lot of people would choose this to be, like, an upset, like the 7 being the 2, and I think I will, but I think it will go 7. And I think LeBron will end up winning. Maybe 6. Like, I think the Lakers will win series if Anthony Davis can stay healthy, because they're good when they're healthy. And they've been better since the Westbrook trade, and they got D'Lo back. So, okay, and then the next series is gonna be another one that a lot of people are gonna pick for, like, kind of an upset, but, like, also it's like the defending champs, so it's not really an upset. But I actually think I'm gonna pick the Kings. I know I already talked about, like, how the defense matters a lot in the playoffs, and they're, like, one of the worst, if not the worst, defensive team in the league. But, like, the Warriors on the road have just been very bad. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, they're, like, one of the worst teams on the road, and they'll have to play on the road. I think it'll go 7. It could go either way. But the Kings' offense is just, like, so good that I'm pretty sure they have the best offense in the league. I think it'll go 7. But I think, actually, I'm going to go with the Warriors. Because, like, I just can't trust the Kings yet, but I could see the Kings, like, either way. Could go either way. But I'm going to go Warriors just because they're defending champions. And they know how to get it done. And it'll be, I'm going to predict this, that the refs will probably try to make LeBron and make the Warriors win so they can have a matchup against each other. That's just what I'm thinking, though. Like, they really want, like, it would be good for the NBA if they get that. So I feel like the refs, or, like, the NBA would want that to happen. And they'd probably be getting a lot of the calls, both of those teams. So that could be partly why I'm picking them. Okay, and then the next series, Cavs, Bucks. I have the Bucks winning that, but I do think the Cavs have a chance. I'll say Bucks in 6, but the Cavs have a really good young squad that, like, in a few years they could be one of the best, if not the best team in the league. But I do think that the Bucks will win. Like, but I think they'll give them a run for their money. And then Celtics, Sixers. I'm trying not to be biased here. I think it will go about 7 games. It's gonna be close. Like, if Robert Williams stays healthy, he can guard Embiid pretty well. But, like, also at the same time, no one can really guard Embiid. So I feel like Embiid will have a few really pop-off games. But I do still think that the Celtics will end up winning as a Sixers fan. Because Doc Rivers is just a horrible coach. And the Celtics are a very good team, and they're a better coach. Their coach is pretty good. Okay, and then I'll say the Celtics win, like, 7. And they also have home court advantage. So that helps them. Okay, and then Nuggets, Suns. I think it could go either way. But I do think the Suns will probably end up winning the series with, like Chris Paul. Well, obviously they have, like, a bunch of really good players. They don't have Bridges anymore. I'm sure they wish they could get Bridges back because he's really good now. Now he's like his only star on his team. But they don't have him anymore. KD's obviously better than him, so I don't know what to say about that. Suns will probably win. They'll get a lot of buckets in the paint with Jokic, and yeah, I think they'll win probably about like 6 or 7. So I have the Suns and I'll say 7. Even though the Nuggets do have home court advantage, the Nuggets are a very good offensive team, so it just depends. But I'll go Suns, and then Warriors, Lakers. This one, I do think it could go either way. The Warriors actually have home court, and they're good at their own floor. And Anthony Davis could get injured by now, but I don't know, probably not, maybe. I think the Warriors will probably win in like I think the Warriors will win in like 7. They have home court and they're really good at home. I think the series will go, both teams win every single game on their home floor, but the Warriors have home court, so that's a big reason why I'm picking that. That LeBron versus Curry series, though, that's highly anticipated. A lot of people will watch it, so it's good for the NBA, and they're like, that's why I think they're both going to get there. I do think the Warriors will end up winning that series. And then Celtics Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals. I don't know. I'm pretty sure the Celtics have beaten them most times this year. They beat them by 40 a few weeks ago. Like Jason Tatum versus Giannis, that would be good. I think that would be a good series if that happens. I hope it doesn't, obviously, because I'm a Sixers fan. But I think it probably will. And I think Giannis will be really good in the series, but like, I think the Celtics have just like, they're so deep. They have so many pieces they can use to beat anyone. Like, basically their whole entire roster is playable. And they're very well coached also, or they're pretty well coached. I think Celtics will end up winning the series and getting back to the finals, and they've done it also. Well, actually, the Bucks have also, so I can't say that. They've both made it like 2 years in a row. So, but I do think they'll have a chance because like they obviously the Bucks are gonna have a chance. They have home floor and they're a very good team. I think they'll probably go like 7, but I think Celtics will win. Okay, and then in the Western Conference Finals, Warriors versus Suns. That'll be a good series. Did it? I don't think it happened last year. Yeah, no, it didn't. It could have happened if like the Suns didn't choke, but yeah, they did. So Suns versus Warriors. That's gonna be another really good series. Chris Paul, Devin Booker versus and KD obviously versus like Draymond, Clay, and Steph. They're all getting old, Draymond, Clay, and Steph. But so are well, not Booker, but Chris Paul and KD are getting old also. So I don't know. I think it all depends on KD's health. I think if KD's healthy, I think they will make it there. But you just never know. That guy gets injured like every 15, 20 games, or less sometimes even. So it's really hard to say. But I do think if Kevin Durant is healthy, then they will probably end up winning. They have home floor. They'll probably win in like 7, like 6 or 7. They'll win in probably 7 actually, because I don't know, but I just think they'll end up winning. So then Suns, Celtics in the finals this year. That's what I'm predicting. Marcus Smart can maybe clamp up Devin Booker. Maybe. Like Drew Holiday clamped up Devin Booker like a couple years ago. So, and they're kind of, like they're both really good defenders. So, Marcus Smart might be able to clamp up Devin Booker, one of their best, like their second best, or maybe their best player. Kevin Durant might be their best player. And then Chris Paul also gets injured decent, so it just depends on their health. KD will probably have a really good series like he always does if he's healthy. He's like one of the best, if not maybe even the best player. Actually, probably not, but like he's one of the best players in the world when he's healthy. So he'll definitely be a factor. His health will definitely be a big factor. And I think at the end they'll lose. I think the Celtics will end up winning. And I think Jaylen Brown will get Finals MVP. Jaylen Brown's really good. I think he'll have a lot of big games. Last year he was clutch in the finals, while Tatum was not all that good late in playoffs, like Eastern Conference Finals and the championship. Tatum was not as good. I don't know if he was choking or it was just like he just happened to have bad games, but he definitely played worse in those series. So I think Jaylen Brown will get Finals MVP. And I could go either way, but I think Celtics will end up winning in 7. Celtics have a better record, so they'll get home floor also. So that will really help them. And I think they'll end up winning the series. Maybe because of that, just like they might win the series. Versus the Sixers, they might win the series because of that. But they've also had the Sixers number all season. So even if the Sixers had home floor, they'd probably still win. But yeah, those are my predictions. I do think the Celtics will win. I hope not. I don't really like the Celtics, but they're just a really good team. So I'm going to pick the Celtics. All right, yeah, that should be it. I hope you liked the video. Like the video if you liked the video. And subscribe.